Hi everyone, we're back here at Qualys' ROCon conference, day 2 afternoon. You know, this next gentleman, he's always one of my highlights when I do interviews here at the Qualys events. I'm going to let him introduce himself and he can tell you about what he does. It's my friend Dilip Bachwani. Dilip, first of all, welcome back. It's good to see you again, my friend. For those of the people out here not familiar, tell them a little bit about your role at Qualys, your background.
Sure. I'm Dilip Bachwani. I'm the CTO here at Qualys, responsible for all our global engineering, cloud operations, and customer support and success. Been here almost coming up to 10 years.
Yeah.
So I'm very familiar with everything that we've done.
Took 10 years.
I'm very proud of everything that we've done.
You should be.
I think we are positioned really well. The concept of risk management and having a single unified platform that can drive that is coming together really well. It's resonating really well.
Yeah.
And then of course, agentic AI and all the new
We're going to talk about agentic AI, yes. But before we get into the agentic AI, let me just take a moment. You know, 10 years is a long time in any job in today's world.
Yes.
In the world our parents grew up in, you might work in one job your whole life. But not today, most people jump around. And it's not just you. I was just talking with Himanshu, who's also coming up on 10 years now. Spoken to a lot of I think I'm doing the Qualys, what used to be the security conference, probably 4 or 5 years now. I've seen the same faces over those years. I think that's, it's something to be proud of. It talks to the culture here. But I think it's also a reason for the success. Because you need that sort of tribal knowledge, right?
Yeah.
To share and to build on. I see it different than you, right? Because I sit here and I talk to a lot of companies. And in so many of these companies, it's a game of revolving chairs. You know, and the music stops, who's there next? And so they wind up losing a lot of tribal knowledge. A lot of debt gets built up.
Yeah.
So congratulations to you and the Qualys team for that continuity. Yeah. You mentioned agentic AI. I'm pretty sure we didn't talk about agentic AI last year, or the year before that for sure.
Yes.
But that's all we seem to talk about here. Qualys made several announcements around it. Let's start there first. Let our audience know, what were the announcements? What's the news on agentic AI from Qualys?
So, you know, last year we kind of talked about how we were thinking about enterprise true risk management. And the idea behind it is just the way you have a SOC, which everyone in cybersecurity is familiar with. We have kind of defined this category of a ROC, a Risk Operations Center. A SOC is post-breach and a ROC is pre-breach. So the idea behind the ROC is you take care of your health and hygiene, you take care of your vulnerabilities, your misconfigurations, focus on what's important, reduce your risk. And if you do that, then hopefully you won't have issues on the SOC side, right? You won't have breaches. So ROC is the concept, ROC is the category, right? Enterprise True Risk Management is our implementation of the ROC, where we are saying we will bring signals across from Qualys products, but not just Qualys products, we'll also bring signals from all third-party products. So we are right now building a lot of connectors. We have a lot of them out there. So if you are, as an example, doing vulnerability management with Qualys, maybe you're doing misconfiguration, compliance configuration with Qualys, but you're doing endpoint with someone else, maybe you're doing CNAP with someone else, that's okay. We understand that no one customer is going to go with one vendor for all their security needs. Different vendors have different strengths. So what we are saying is we will take our findings and bring those into ETM, Enterprise True Risk Management. Using connectors, we will also bring findings from different security vendors that you are using into ETM. So vulnerability management might be us, maybe CNAP is us, SAST is someone else, DAST could be someone else, container security, endpoint, whatever that is. Bring it together. Then we do a lot of analysis on that. We apply our threat intel on all those findings. We apply business context on all those findings. And then we kind of reduce the overall volume that we got to something that's really manageable, sometimes less than 1%.
Right.
And we say if you focus on these vulnerabilities first, then you're reducing your risk significantly. Not saying that you don't take care of the rest, but helping you prioritize. Really helping you prioritize, right?
Sure.
Condensing it down. That's one part. Now the other part where agentic AI is coming into play is, we've been doing AI for a while, you and I have talked about
Sure.
this, right? I think when generative AI came out, from a cybersecurity standpoint, it was not as reliable because you would ask a question, the response is predictive.
You might get
You
what?
might get, you might
Right,
not.
get the right.
Right? And my challenge was that if I have a CISO saying, what are the top 5 vulnerabilities I should focus on in my environment, and it gives a result, and if he asks the same question again, as long as the underlying data has not changed, it should give the same result. But with generative AI, that was not really possible. It's just how the technology works.
Right.
Now with agentic AI and MCP servers coming out, we can have our responses be more grounded. So just the way across all the 400 services that we have in our platform, everything exposed via APIs, now we are exposing all the core capabilities of the platform as MCP servers. Now when you ask a question to our cyber risk assistant, it interprets that question and then says, which MCP server do I go to? And that will determine which API to call, and constrained by authentication and authorization of the individual making the call.
Right.
So it's the same as making an API call at that point.
Well,
And it gets the
there's a
response.
lot of similarities between the
Yes.
agentic and the API.
Yes.
The idea with the agentic AI, of course, is that it could do this autonomously,
Correct.
where let's call the API call or the API integration more of a dumb
Yeah.
kind of integration where you actually got to kick it.
Correct.
Where the
Correct.
and so I got 2 things to go over this with you. Number one is, do you envision a future where the Qualys agent sits on a different CNAP, on a different SIM, on a different product, and autonomously is gathering this information that it feeds back to ETM?
So when you say agent, you mean the cloud agent or the agentic AI agent?
I'm talking about an agentic AI agent
AI agent.
for other security
no, that's-
companies.
I mean, down the road, right?
I think that's where we're headed.
I think initially what is happening is organizations are first building agentic AI agents using their own internal MCP servers
Right,
or agent-to-agent protocols.
right.
Now that will expand into exposing your MCP server so
Yes.
others can call you.
And that's what's now.
Right.
By the same token, it could be another company's agent that
Yeah, Yeah.
because at the end of the day, I
we
think
would
this-
call as an example. Yes.
yeah, we're all going to have, as individuals, as companies, like an army, a fleet of agents. They're not all going to be from Salesforce or ServiceNow or Qualys or what have you.
Right.
How well those agents interact with each other.
Yes.
Who manages them?
Correct.
What information? I mean, these are all the devils in the details that need to get worked out still. But that is where the future is.
Yes. I mean, there are use cases where, we've taken open source large language models and we've said for our security use cases, how do we tune it to our use cases? And we've done that. We do have generative AI and agentic AI now completely embedded across the fabric of the platform. So we are using a mix of in-house. We are also using other frontier models, large language models that are available on public clouds. Mostly because this space is innovating so fast that if something new comes out, if it's in a public cloud, I can immediately tap into it within hours.
Right.
If I have it in-house, it's taking me more time. And we do want to be ahead here. We feel we are onto something. There are very few organizations that have come up with this concept of integrating agentic AI into the platform and then building cyber risk, digital employees, cyber risk assistants, right? Cyber risk agents.
Right.
And the way we are doing this is we are saying, we know security teams are resource constrained, but now here are all these cyber risk agents, which
Here are all these resources.
autonomous, agentic AI, right? And you can delegate work to them. They will go off and do it, of course, with the right kinds of guardrails, right? Which is important right now.
So let me ask you the $64 billion or $640 billion question. When does this vision become real, like available to people out there now?
So the out-of-the-box agents, they are ready right now. In fact, during this conference at our demo booths, folks who are trying out the product and looking at these agents, they are actually using the real product. The way we are looking at this is, we are building a whole bunch of out-of-the-box cyber risk agents that will automate specific workflows, independently do things, whatnot. Those will start getting rolled out over the next month, 2 months, and then keep coming out. The next thing we will do is, we will give you the ability to build your own cyber risk agent, right? Where you can, using a cyber risk assistant, a chat mechanism, you interact with the platform, you identify a body of work, and then you say, now I want to take this and I want to automate what this does or take actions based on this, and I want to do it at a regular cadence. And then you can have your own out-of-the-box agents. Think of it as an employee you hired.
A digital worker.
And you're asking him.
And you've trained it.
Just go ahead and do it.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. So this is not 6 months out, it's here.
Now, there's a percentage of people who are watching in this at home or at work, and they say, great, it's going to take my job. What do you think about that?
I don't think so. And it's not just cybersecurity.
No, this is not a cyber.
This is everywhere, right?
Everything. I don't know if you saw there's a YouTube video came out from that company Figure AI that makes the robots. Did you see the newest one, version 3? It folds clothes, it delivers packages, it works at the hotel reception desk. Yeah. It's everything.
Yes.
It's everything.
So this obviously is innovation that will change the world. Yeah. I believe in that.
Yeah, me too.
I think we should all believe in that instead of resisting it.
Yep.
I think the way to think about it is, how will it complement what we do? Internally, as an example, we are using coding co-pilots, right? We are seeing productivity gains. I mean, clearly we can see that. Anywhere from 20% to 50%. But what I'm also finding is, as an example, the best productivity gains are coming from my best engineers, my topmost engineers. So this is not about, I don't want to invest in people, because you need very talented people to actually also work with these kinds of tools, right? So in some contexts, it will augment, it will complement, it will make you that 10x person. There will be instances where it will automate entire roles, for sure. But it will open up other opportunities.
Lots of them.
And history is full of that, right?
And that's exactly the lesson of history. It always creates more jobs than it takes.
Yes.
And what I
tell we can't think about today.
I tell people a similar thing to what you just said, which is, if you embrace this, embrace it, internalize it, understand it, it will make you more valuable.
For sure.
If you resist it, ignore it, what will be, will be.
Then, that's not a good place to be in.
No.
So,
hopefully, certainly next year I'll see you at this, hopefully. But I hope maybe before then we'll continue this conversation, because this is changing so rapidly. In 3 months, let's see where we are. Dilip, always a pleasure. Thank you for another great Qualys conference here. Thank you. We're going to take a break. I think we've got 1 or 2 more interviews coming your way this afternoon. We're live in Houston at Qualys ROCon. You're watching TechStrong TV.